What is your American dream?
My American dream right now is for equality, especially for black women in America. Flint, Michigan hasn't had water in 4 years, and that should be something that is focused on now.
My American dream is getting out of student debt and making sure that no generation has to endure this crippling debt like the millennials have. I'm tired of it. I want to be able to own a home. That's my American dream.
I want to live in a place where everybody's equal. That's it. That's the promise of this country, is that we could all be equal, that nobody is above anybody else. That's my American dream.
The American dream is the everyone, regardless the race, the religion, the ideology, we can sit at the same tables and have the same opportunity to say, I'm a free man, I'm in the free world, and we have we deserve a better opportunity.
My American dream is to complete my education, meet as many people from as many different backgrounds as I can, and to eventually go back home and bring that knowledge to my small country and make people feel like they're mobile and they're able to do whatever they want, wherever they want, with no restrictions.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Well, Spar and Bernstein has been nothing but great to me throughout my trials. I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything, they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. It's you, Spar and Bernstein. My lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The outcome of your divorce could affect you for the rest of your life. If you don't have the right attorney, you could literally be paid through the nose forever.
That's right, Brad. For example, did you know that half the money you put into your retirement during your marriage is up for grabs in your divorce? So a disagreement as to when your marriage exactly ended could cost you thousands of dollars from your hard-earned retirement fund. And let's say you bought a house together. Factors like who's paying the bills, who paid the down payment, and whether you're receiving rental income can all affect your settlement in huge ways.
If you're having family law issues, if you're having matrimonial issues, you need attorneys who are going to fight hard for you. Call the matrimonial department, the family law department here at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein.
This is an attorney advertisement. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome.
Coming to me. Yeah.
Coming to us live on WVIP 93.5 FM and on Facebook Live. Why am I screaming, Squeeze? I will tell you why I'm screaming.
Why?
Because you gave me a cold and I can't hear anything anymore. You have been sneezing on me for
sneezing.
2 weeks now,
No, you have
and now
not
I am
seen me
very
sneeze.
stuffy and I can't hear anything through my ear cavities.
You have not seen
Thank
me
you very
sneeze
much,
once.
Squeeze. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I haven't had a cold in years.
You have not had a cold in years. What is it that you call sneezing and coughing all over the equipment in here?
Sneezing.
You are. It is cold and flu season. It is cold and flu season.
I've been on this show for 1 solid hour. They have never seen me sneeze. They've never heard me cough.
That's exactly right. Because
there's one thing that I will admit to.
What will you admit to?
I do have a sinus infection.
You have a sinus infection.
Yes.
Thus, it started as a cold.
No.
Thus, it usually, yes. Thus, you have gotten me sick. Thank you very much.
Nope.
That's why I'm screaming, Squeeze.
No, as a matter of fact.
That is why I'm screaming.
If I checked.
You check all you want.
If I check, rather, a few weeks ago.
You're
the one who brought a virus into this building.
I did not bring any virus into this building.
You brought a virus into this building.
What virus did I bring into this building?
And
you name the virus I brought into this building.
I tried to stay away.
Yeah, you name what virus did I bring into this building?
You got to do the show with me. And I'm like, why do I have to do a show with a sick dude? You know? But you're like, well, you know, last time I checked, I still write a check.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. So this guy's paying me to come get sick with him.
Squeeze. Last I checked, okay? Last I checked, because I went to a doctor. There was no virus. Okay, it's
What was
called
it?
an allergy. Okay, what you have brought in is all sorts
No.
of what you have brought into
Seems
the
like we have
studio.
similar stuff because that's what the doctor said. I said, doctor,
you
am I
have brought
saying
in,
like
you have brought in disease. I'm going to tell you something. In the Middle Ages, they had a lady called Typhoid Mary, and she brought the bubonic.
By the way,
plague.
folks.
1 second, I'm not done yet.
Put a capital L on this man's name, Lambasta.
Yes, there was the Typhoid Mary. She brought the bubonic plague to England. I am now calling you Typhoid Squeeze. You have gotten everybody sick here. You have been sick for weeks. The entire staff is sick, and now I'm sick. Thank you very much. Let's start the show. That's why I'm yelling.
You know what?
What?
If there's a God, I know you definitely end up in hell for lying. I know that for sure.
Thank you for wishing
for
that
lying.
on me. Thank you for wishing that on me.
No. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
As long
Thank
as there's
you
a
for
God, He
wishing
knows
that
what
on
you're
me.
saying.
Thank you for wishing that on me. By the way, Squeeze.
Yeah.
By the way,
Now that we're done with
when we were off the air, a lot happened, including between 10 and 12. There was a lot going on.
Oh,
okay,
yeah, there was a lot going on.
There was, and they came out with the Oscar nominations for the Best Picture.
Oh.
While we were,
I thought it was a lot between me and you.
No.
Not that part.
No. The Oscar nominations came out. Okay, Jordan Peele for Get Out. What do you?
Which you never ever watched.
Because I'm scared of scary movies.
It's not a scary movie.
Okay. Jordan Peele of Get Out is only the third. He is only the third person to receive a nomination for Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Writer for his first feature film. Interesting. Other films.
You know why that film was interesting, right?
Because the guy wouldn't get out.
No.
Why?
A lot of people missed it.
What are you looking for?
I'm just looking for my glasses.
All right. Why don't you look for your glasses and put the camera on me? What are you doing?
I thought that's what they'd be doing. But I'm just being real.
There you go. All right. So now
I can really look
all
for
right.
it.
So what is your opinion on Get Out?
My opinion, people missed the story. Yeah, come on. This is a real
What's
show.
going on here?
It's a real show here.
Put the camera back on.
Yeah,
There
it's
you
a real-
go.
it's a real show.
Okay. So
People
what's
need
your
to see what I'm
opinion?
doing. I'm good.
Finally, let's get your opinion on the movies. Get Out. Why was it so
Nice
popular?
book.
Why was it so popular?
I'll tell you this.
Tell me this.
Everyone missed it, but the reason why it was so popular was
Yes.
because of race.
Race.
That's the reason why.
Because it was a social commentary.
That's the premise
It was
of
a
it.
social commentary.
What the? Okay, all right.
Right.
I must
It was
have
a
left it somewhere else.
So it was white people telling the black guy to get out, in not so many words.
Dude, you need to just watch the movie.
I'm scared of scary movies. Was it basically white people telling the black guy to get out?
It was a white family
Yeah.
who were hypnotizing.
What else do you have in your backpack, by the way? I mean, you carry that around 24 hours a day. What are you carrying around in there?
Other than my gun? All right. Let's see.
What else you carrying? Let's have
Okay.
what's in Squeeze's backpack.
All right, the book I'm reading now.
Which is what? You're a bad ASS.
You're a badass. This is
Okay.
the book I'm reading now. Very good
What
book
is it
for
about?
people to read.
What's it about?
Okay.
A white family that tells a black guy to get out? No. What else?
Okay, let me
What
show
else,
you.
what else you got in there?
Oh, I'm going to show you.
He's not pulling everything else out. He's holding some stuff back.
All right.
What else you got in there?
Got a couple of bucks.
A couple of dollars.
All right.
All right. So anybody who sees Squeeze,
Got my camera.
He got his camera.
Okay, just in case I
Just
see
in
something.
case you need to take a picture.
All right.
Because you don't have a telephone.
Right.
What else?
Oh, people don't say.
What else?
The lens for the camera.
The lens for the camera in case the telephone camera doesn't work.
And my laptop. And,
Your laptop.
And that's it.
There's more in there.
No.
There's more in there.
All right.
more
Just
in
in
there.
case you didn't believe me that it was a
Did you ever
sinus
find
infection.
your glasses, by the way?
It was a sinus infection.
Did you ever find your glasses?
No.
Okay. No.
My drugs from the doctor.
Drugs from the doctor.
That was it.
From the doctor, I have to be clear on that.
Yep.
Do you have anything else in there?
No, nothing else.
I saw some X-rated stuff in there.
It's like my head.
I saw some X-rated stuff in there when you were.
You'll never find that in
I
mine.
found some X-rated.
You know one of the things I've
What?
never been able to appreciate?
What can't you appreciate?
Pornography.
Pornography.
Ever.
Why?
I have never. I don't know how people appreciate it.
By the way, there are no pornographic movies that made it to the Oscar nominations ever. So not only do you not.
But Get Out is a very solid movie, very good movie, well written, well put together. It's basically about a white family who were hypnotizing some black folks.
Why were they hypnotizing them?
And hypnotizing them and then putting
Spells on them?
pretty much putting literally another person's soul or life in another person's body.
All right, I don't want to watch the movie now.
Why?
Because it's scary. I don't watch scary movies.
But they were only doing it with black folks.
Only black
so
folks.
So the premise and the success of the movie, I believe, was on race. If it was just one ethnicity, it would just wouldn't have been.
White people putting
if it was just white people doing it, it would just be a regular horror movie.
It would just be right, and they wouldn't have.
Or if it was just black people doing it, it would just be a regular horror movie.
Because it was a social commentary.
But because exactly.
Right.
That is what I believe made the movie very successful.
By the way, the other best movies: Call Me by Your Name. I don't know what that is. Darkest Hour.
That sounds like a pornographic movie.
Darkest Hour also could be pornographic.
Right.
Dunkirk.
Yeah.
That sounds pornographic. Lady Bird. Sounds like a transgender pornographic movie.
I heard about. No, that was a good movie from what I understand.
I saw it. It was okay. I actually saw Lady Bird. Is the only movie on this here that I saw. The Post I saw also, which was very good. Post is on there.
Yeah,
that was very good.
I've been meaning to see that with Mr. Hanks.
Yes. The Shape of Water. I saw the Coming Attraction. That looked strange movie.
Right.
3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. I never saw that. Also, by the way, Rachel Morrison. She was the first female ever nominated for Best Cinematography in the 90-year history of the Oscars for the film Mudbound. Did you believe a woman has never been? They don't have women camera operators. Would you believe that?
What do you mean?
Because cinematography is the woman with the is the person with the camera, okay? And in 90 years, a woman has never been nominated for filming, holding the camera and filming for best cinematography. Now, just FYI, okay, our cinematographer here on the Brad and Squeeze Show, female, Brittany. Maybe one day she will be the second. Maybe she will be the second nominee.
Never know.
Patrice, maybe she would be the second nominee. We don't know. Best cinematographer. We don't know. Okay, by the way, they also came out with the Razzies yesterday. You know what the Razzies are?
What are the Razzies, Brad?
The worst movies of the year. I seem to have seen them all. Why do I see the worst movies of the year, but I don't see the best? The worst screen combination, worst screen combo, any combination of 2 characters, 2 sex toys, or 2 sexual positions. The winner was 50 Shades Darker. The winner for any combination of 2 humans, 2 robots, and 2 explosions. Worst movie of the year, Transformers. Any 2 obnoxious emojis found in a movie, The Emoji Movie, also one of the worst movies of the year. Johnny Depp won a Razzie for the worst drunk routine of the year in Pirates of the Caribbean. And Tyler Perry won for a Medea Halloween for the worst worn-out wig in the movies of the year. Those were the Razzies.
Okay. Interesting.
We have a whole bunch of calls.
Right.
We're going to get to Rebecca, who's going to break down what's going on with DACA now, because we're getting all these questions about what's going on with DACA, Squeeze.
Right.
So Rebecca's going to come on a little later and break that down.
Rebecca, you're the
Lenetsky,
attorney.
correct? Right. Did you see, by the way, talking about pornography? I know you don't like to talk about pornography.
I don't.
But
Trump and pornography, not my thing.
Right, well, Trump pornography, that's a whole other story with Stormy Daniels. But did you see after the incoming missile alert to Hawaii 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, Pornhub came out and said they had the highest spike ever in the state of Hawaii for people watching pornography right after they called it a false alarm. So
I see where the show is heading.
Squeeze.
And I'm trying to head it off.
So squeeze.
No pun intended.
Squeeze.
I'm trying to head off Trump. I'm trying to head off pornography.
Squeeze.
We shouldn't be talking about any of that. Yeah.
Which goes to show that after people thought they were going to be rubbed out, they had to rub out, I guess. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I've been dying to use that joke.
I do not condone any
I've
of
been
this.
dying to use that joke. All right, but that is true. The highest spike in pornography in Hawaii right after the missile alert. People were freaking out. They thought they were going to get rubbed out.
How come no one came up with the highest spike in people going to churches?
There's no statistic for that.
You know, maybe there is, but nobody's interested in those statistics.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember when the turning of the century.
Right.
Everybody went to church.
Right. There
everybody
was no
converted.
internet.
Everybody became.
Do you know what the problem is? Yeah, I'm going to tell you what the problem is with society these days.
Yeah.
People are too attached to web and phone and even our Facebook page. Okay, they're too attached to it.
There's an article that came out that's saying Facebook is bad for you.
That is correct.
You saw
and
that
Facebook,
article? Did you read it?
Yes, and Facebook came out and said they cannot say whether or not Facebook is good for democracy because Facebook.
You know who forwarded me that article?
It's me.
David O'Shaughnessy.
Okay.
He forwarded me that article.
Right, because Facebook will never be able to get rid of fake news. So you're never going to be able to figure out what's real, what's not real. So Facebook has come out and said they don't know whether or not they're good for democracy, but Facebook is here to stay. All right. Let's go to, we got a whole thing to go through right now, Squeeze.
All right, so what do you want to do?
Let's ask people to share.
Okay.
And then
All
let's
right.
go to Schwab in Toronto.
So once again, folks, make sure that you actually share on your own timeline right now. Oh, my wires are in the way. Let me get rid of this sucker here. All right. Make sure that you share on your own timeline. And please, when you share on your timeline, remember to ask other people to also share. It's the Brad and Squeeze Show. Once again, you can reach us here at 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Reach out to us, and we are here to answer any and all immigration questions that you may have. Don't forget, we got a personal injury department, criminal defense, family law, and tax law. And we're here, ladies and gentlemen, at 225 Broadway and doing this wonderful show, the Brad and Squeeze Show.
Yes.
Ready to rock?
Ready to rock.
Let's do it.
Ready to roll?
Yep.
Rock and roll.
Because
you are a BADASS.
good book.
Good book.
Yep.
Right. Did you see, by the way?
How to stop doubting
Did you see, by the
your
way?
greatness and start living.
Did you see, by the way? I sent you
Awesome
about
life.
2 weeks ago because I should have written this book years ago, but somebody else wrote it.
Yeah.
What? You know, my theory. Right? But somebody else wrote the book already on it. They took my title.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, remember I sent that to you.
Always squeeze the trigger, man.
Yeah, it's on the New York Times bestseller list. I had the title of the book, but I didn't know what to write in the middle.
That's a good one. So maybe you should have sold the title.
I should have sold the title. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Schwab in Toronto, California. Is that such a place? Schwab? Oh, yes, Toronto, yes, Canada. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Surab.
By the way, just for FYI, when they say CA, it refers to California. Okay. Toronto, Canada. Schwab.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
You go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay.
Go ahead.
Me and my wife, green card holder, I am working USA. My wife came over here August last year, first week.
Okay.
And she's taking care of my grandkids. They're newly born. Okay.
Are you all right? So you both have green cards, but you're in Toronto right now?
I am coming in Toronto to visit my grandkids.
Okay, and where's your wife?
My wife is in Toronto right now.
With a green card to America?
Pardon?
With green cards to America, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
and how long have you both been in Canada?
My wife is she was about 5 months.
Okay, where are you originally from?
We are originally from Bangladesh.
From Bangladesh. And how long have you been in Canada?
I have been in Canada. I have the surgery, and over a couple of months I am in Canada.
Okay, so you're a few months, and your wife is at 5 months.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys better come back to America soon.
Very soon I'm going back to my work in Richland, Washington with my company.
Okay.
And then my wife, she visit Buffalo, New York last December, 19th of December.
Okay.
And my question is that when the 6 month will be start count from
how long did she visit Toronto, Canada? I mean Buffalo for?
She visited Buffalo, Canada for some bank work. She has a bank
How
appointment.
long was she in Buffalo for?
She was 1 day.
1 day. All right, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to have a green card. You have to be permanently living in the United States. So you can't come to the United States for 1 day
and then go back.
Then go back, and every 6 months come for 1 day. That's visiting.
No.
I understand. What's no?
Okay, go ahead.
What's no?
No, she's visiting this time only for going for the bank, some issues, and the bank, Then she going there, talk with the bank management, and then she come back. Okay, let them go ahead. It doesn't count the
Squeeze,
re-entry, yeah?
I can't win. If I allow people to talk, they're telling me
No,
everything we already know. So let me finish. Let me finish. This is the rule, okay? It doesn't matter what she came here for. She talked to the bank manager, she talked to the bank clerk. Who cares? The bottom line is you can't come to the United States for 1 day with a green card, go back to another country, wait 6 months, and come back for a day again. The fact is you're not permanently living in the United States. Your wife right now needs to return to the United States immediately and apply for something called a re-entry permit, and she better do it very, very soon because she's been out basically for 5 months, but for 1 day. And she better come back immediately, apply for a re-entry permit, and the re-entry permit is, I want to live, and I presume this is the case, I want to live in the United States. I intend to keep my green card, but I am helping my daughter with a newborn baby. I intend to be in Canada for a year or a year and a half, whatever it is, until the baby goes off to school, and then I'm coming back to the United States, and that's a perfectly legitimate reason. And my husband is still here. He's still working here. I intend to keep my green card. Perfectly legitimate reason to get a re-entry permit to stay out of the country for up to 3 years without losing your green card. But what you can't do is you can't play the game of, I'm going to live somewhere else because this is a game and you're going to lose. I'm living somewhere else. I have a green card, and every 6 months I'm going to come visit for a day or a week. Can't play that game. Not with Donald Trump. Donald Trump don't play that game.
Okay.
All right, hold on 1 second. We can help you. Hold on.
Once again, folks, welcome to the Brad and Squeeze Show. The number to call is 1-800-529-5465. We're here answering your immigration questions. And remember, the show is powered and in partner with, of course, USACreditRepairInc.com. Make sure you call them today to, of course, get your free consultation at 1-800-USA-7177. Let's get back to another question here on the Brad and Squeeze Show in reference to immigration at 1-800-LAWLINK.
Andrew in Queens. Andrew.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine.
What's going on?
I have a girlfriend. She's from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm disabled.
Okay.
So, but first I want to know if the money that I get from the government for being disabled, does that have anything to do with will that affect my money?
Will the money that you get from the government affect your money? I think what you're asking me is if you marry this woman and you want to file for her, can you use the money that you get from the government towards the poverty guidelines for the affidavit of support? And the answer is yes. For a disability payment, the answer is yes. Now, whether or not your disability payment will put you 125% above the poverty level with your wife that's coming in, I don't know. What is are you free to share your disability payments with us?
Yeah.
What are you getting?
$1,500 for the.
How much?
$1,500 for the month. $1,500.
$1,500 a month. So you're getting about $18,000 a year. You're going to need a second affidavit of support because that puts you below the poverty guideline for 2 people.
Okay, with her, she is working, and she's
I'm sorry?
attorney, and she's working, and she makes a lot of money.
Okay, great. If you were married to Ivanka Trump, and Ivanka needed a green card, her money doesn't count. It's your money and somebody else's.
Okay.
All right, so you need a second affidavit of support, okay?
Right.
All right, hold on 1 second. We can help. Hold on. All right, we got a lot of calls here.
All right, let's get to another one.
Shen from Manitou, Colorado, or is that Manitou, Canada? I don't know anymore. Colorado. Shen from Manitou, Colorado.
Yeah, it's Colorado. Hello.
Colorado, how are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, Squeeze, big up yourself.
Manners and respect, sir.
Yes. All the way from Manitou, Colorado, Squeeze, you know. That's how well known you are.
I know.
You know this guy, Shen? You know him from Manitou, Colorado? Well, how do you know Squeeze?
I know him because he's a Jamaican, and I'm a Jamaican.
Ah, there it is, Squeeze.
There you go.
There you go.
But,
Squeeze is very famous.
You're a real youth. Respect you.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, if I respect you, I just get my EAD card and...
Okay.
Yeah, because of you.
Oh, wow, good, thank you.
And after my interview, I was so confused until I gave you a call. And you told me exactly what to do.
Good.
It was a pain, but I sit it out and wait it out.
Good.
And I finally got it. So, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
I have to respect that.
You're very welcome.
And
My
you're doing
pleasure.
a real good job, and I have to say that
Thank you.
people should just take the time out, listen to you, and do as you said, because you're the real man around the table right there.
Oh, so what am I, the real girl?
You know, you are a real
You
man.
said I'm-
also.
you said I'm- Man, what is it supposed to be?
Squeeze.
You're the real man. What am I, the
One
real
second.
girl?
Let me stand up for Shed. Let me stand up for Shed. There could be more than one real man, right, Shed? Is that just because there's one real man doesn't mean there's no other real men in the
Shed.
world, right?
Oh, that drop in.
Exactly.
Right.
Please, you don't give your respect already. Come and tell us you're real.
That's right. You already gave you the manners and respect. Come on.
All right, my love.
Brad Bernstein,
Yes.
I have a few questions to ask you right now. All right. In terms of my travel document, we never signed for that. So you think we should have still signed for that or leave that until we get my green card?
Well, you could definitely travel. I think you should get it. Even if you're scared to travel, you never know about an emergency situation. I'll give you a perfect example. I know this young lady who has filed an adjustment application. I insisted on her getting the travel document. She says she's terrified to travel. She's not doing it. And now she came into me yesterday and she said her father is really ill. It's touch and go. She wants to go home to see him. Is it really safe? She has this travel document. I said yes. And then I was, she was walking out and I didn't say to her, she's in distress. I didn't say, but I'm saying, I'm glad I made her do it. I was saying that in my mind. So you always get it, even for an emergency.
So I have my son back in Jamaica, and that's the only reason why I was thinking that I should get it.
Yeah, it's safe as long as you go for a week or two. I mean, I wouldn't go for longer than a week or two.
Okay, so you think my wife would file for my son?
Yes.
Too, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
How old's your son? Wait. How old's your son?
Now it's 27.
Oh yes, absolutely, she can file.
Okay, thank you so much. So, like my green card, you think I'll be still able to get my green card? All right.
Yeah, you live with your spouse. It's a real marriage.
Yeah, I live with my wife.
You have anything? You have anything skeletons in your closet while you wouldn't?
No, Homeland came here before, and then they confirmed that we're going to approve your papers.
Okay, cool. So you're good. So you're good. They even did a home visit.
Good to go.
They did a home visit. All right, thanks, Shen.
Yep. Thank you so much.
You're very
welcome.
welcome. All right. Best of luck. Okay.
All right. Once again, folks, the Brad and Squeeze Show. The real man around the table.
The real man around the table. I don't know what's
1-800. Hey, you're the real man around the table.
That's what it is.
1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAWLINK.
I really can't disagree with Shen. I got to tell you. It's hard for me to disagree with that assessment.
That you're the real man?
It's hard for me to disagree with that.
That's an off-air conversation.
Now, many people will disagree. I have a whole list of people who would probably disagree with that.
A lot of things that I disagree with. A lot of things. But nobody listens to Squeeze. Nobody ever listens to me.
Yes.
Until it's too far gone.
Too far gone.
Nobody
listens to Squeeze.
I'm just putting that out there. Nobody listens to me.
Yeah.
But somehow, somewhere out there, it always comes back.
Are you really going to sing?
No.
Because then you're
it always comes back. And then, there's a meeting like, Squeeze, you know what? I think we should do this. I'm like, hold up. Didn't I say that?
Yeah, but it sounds so much better.
When you say it?
When I say it.
Oh, because you're the real man.
Because I'm the real man.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm at the age where I choose not to argue about things anymore.
You don't argue anymore. You don't.
I don't. You notice that, right?
You used to argue all the time.
Yeah.
Used to be.
But you know what?
But
it's because I.
Right, because you don't argue. You just say, "This is it, Brad."
But you want to know?
But you say that to me. You say, "Brad, you can't say no to this."
You saw my.
That's what you say.
You saw my last post on Instagram.
You were a happy dude.
Smile.
Very happy.
You will live longer.
Very happy.
You want to know what? If you argue and fuss and stress, the only person you're hurting is yourself.
That's right.
So I don't even do it anymore.
That's right.
I'm like,
Right, and then you're just become a sick ass instead of a badass.
Hey,
you don't want to be a sick ass.
Right. Anyway, let's go to the next call.
All right, let's go. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about either. There's a lot of innuendos going on right here. There's a lot of meaning behind everything that's happening
Diane.
right here. Let me see. I wasn't dressed properly.
Yes, Diane.
Hello.
Hello, Diane. How are you?
I'm good. Squeeze and Brad. How are you?
I'm
fabulous.
Wonderful. Diane, do you like the show?
Very much.
Good. Glad you like
You guys are comedians.
Comedian, Squeeze.
How do you listen to the show?
Yeah.
On the radio.
On the radio, Squeeze.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen to on the radio.
Yes. That's one person who listens to us on the radio.
Yes. All right,
go ahead,
What's
Diane.
going on?
I have a friend from Guinea, West Africa, with a green card. And we're very familiar with the family sponsorship because We did all the paperwork to bring his wife and his young child over. He applied for the visa lottery for his sister, and she was approved. We're not familiar with that thing. What kind of documents do they need from him?
They don't need anything from him for the visa lottery other than maybe an affidavit of support.
Okay.
But she wins the visa lottery on her own. And by the way,
how do people win the visa
And by the way, you know, it's a misnomer to say you won the visa lottery.
That's about to say.
Okay? It's not like you won the visa lottery and they open up the gates and like, here you go, come on into America.
No,
okay?
we know.
You gotta go through a vetting process. You gotta show that you have a high school education. You gotta pass criminal backgrounds. You gotta be interviewed by a U.S. citizen at a U.S. embassy.
Yeah, she has to go to DACA
You have to go through a whole entire process. It's not you just win and come on in. It's not like how Trump says it.
Yeah, he was the one that did the application for her here. He lives in Manhattan. So we wanted, because his name is on the application, I think.
No, his name's not on the application, just maybe an address. But she has to, but she has to go through it all.
His address.
Yeah.
So you're saying, other than an affidavit of support, they don't need anything from him?
No.
She don't need any documents from him?
No.
Okay.
All right.
All right, thanks, Brad.
Thank you.
But she also has to do the DS-260 application, right?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a whole vetting process.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
You guys keep up the good work. You're doing a good
Thank
job.
Thank you so much, Diane, for tuning in, all right? 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to another call.
Elaine from Chicago, Illinois. Elaine,
how are you?
Yes.
How do you hear about us, Elaine?
Oh, I like that.
How do you hear about us, Elaine? How did you hear about us?
I was recommended to you by my sister in New York.
How does your sister in New York hear about us? How does your sister in New York hear about us? How does your sister... Put your open mouth, insert foot.
Everybody in New York, I need to be something for my nephew.
Yeah, all right. What's your question?
Yeah.
My question is...
Yes.
My son is in a problem. And right now he's... what should I say? He's in incarceration.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's going on?
And he came here when he was 10 years old. And where we come from, we don't have nobody there for him to go to in case.
Why is he incarcerated?
It's a whole lot of mix-up stuff.
Why is he incarcerated?
Well,
don't give me the mix-up runaround. Why is he incarcerated?
I'm not giving you the mix-up. I'm giving it to you straight.
Tell me straight.
He was living with this young lady, and she got some kids. Eventually, he left her and go married to somebody else. And because of that, you know, she lied and them say he molested the little girl and whatever, which is not so.
How do you know it's not so?
Huh?
How do you know? I'm just, you're saying the story. I'm just saying, how do you know it's not so? I'm playing devil's advocate, by the way.
Well, I'm
you're the mother. You can't believe that your son would do that. So
I'm not covering now.
Okay, so he's been accused of sexual molestation of a child, which is extraordinarily serious accusation. He is in criminal jail now.
Yes.
Has he pled guilty to anything? Have they found him guilty of anything?
Well, when we go to court, they just come up with that they found him guilty of different charges.
Who is they, and how did he plead guilty to this?
At the court that we go to.
Did he plead guilty to a crime?
No.
He went to a jury trial, and a jury found him guilty.
A court trial. He
went to
a jury. He went to a court trial.
Oh, so it was a trial with a judge only, without a jury?
Yes.
And the judge found him guilty of what?
Of different charges.
What was he found guilty of?
Okay, he found guilty of molesting the little girl, touching her, and other stuff.
Okay.
Because when they were reading out the charges...
Let me ask you a question now. Were you a citizen before he was 18 years old?
Yeah, when I came, I become a citizen. I'm a citizen now.
How old was your son when you became a citizen?
Wow. How old was he?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Well, I'm thinking.
Okay.
He probably was in his 40, 50.
Oh.
40, 50.
Oh, okay. So he was not a child then.
So
I'm going to tell you something, Elaine. All right. If he was found guilty of this, okay, you say he didn't do it. A judge says he did. Okay. Unfortunately, what you say doesn't matter. What a judge says does matter.
Right.
Okay. A judge says he did it. Okay. When you are found guilty of sexual molestation of a child, that makes you an aggravated felon. He is going to be deported to a country he doesn't know anything about.
Okay.
That's what's going to happen. There's nothing anyone can do about it. He will be deported.
Okay.
So I'm sorry about that. All right.
Can't get no help regarding whatever.
There is no help. He was found guilty of an aggravated felony, one of the most serious aggravated felonies out there short of murder, which is sexual molestation of a child. He is going to get deported. I'm sorry. Unless he was a citizen unless you were a citizen prior to his 18th birthday, and you're telling me you became a citizen when he was 40. So even though he's been here since he was 10, I don't know whether he did this or not. And I'm going to tell you the truth. You don't know either, although you love your son and you believe he didn't do it. I don't have no idea whether he did it or not, but a judge was convinced he did it. And unfortunately, as a result, he's going to get deported.
Okay.
So I'm sorry about that.
All right, then.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Once again, folks, 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAWLINK. You want to get to some more questions?
Let's get to, we're almost at 12:40 already. We're going through the show very fast, Squeeze.
Very fast.
Let's find Anna Ascona.
Okay, let's go down to Miami and check in with our social media genie. She's going to be reading off the questions from social media, from the Facebook page.
Hello, guys.
How are you? By the way, I hear you are going to be joining us in the studio soon. You'll be up in New York. Is that true?
It's not confirmed yet.
It's not. Oh, so I
may be there next week.
I'm letting the social genie's genie out of the bottle before we knew whether you were going to be here or not. All right. Well, hopefully we get you up here in New York, so you can feel what it's like to be cold. All right.
I know.
What's going on? What's your questions for the day on Facebook?
Patricia Pitter. So my friend went for an interview with her husband in November 2016. She was denied her green card and was told they're going to schedule an appointment. It's now 1 year and 2 months and still nothing. What should they do?
She was denied what?
She went for the interview and she was denied the green card and was told they were going to schedule another appointment. It's been 1 year and 2 months and they still haven't heard anything back.
She was denied her. Where did this happen?
She does not say what
Right, so if
location.
you're denied your green card, you're not getting another appointment. The only thing you're getting is a deportation, which you don't want to happen. Unless it was in New York, they're going to schedule a second interview, a Stokes interview, and she wasn't denied her green card. I'm not exactly sure where she is in this process. So, how she describes it is, it's hard for me to give an answer. So if she went for an interview and they said, we're not convinced it's a real marriage, we're going to schedule you for a second interview, which is the Stokes interview, and she hasn't gotten it in 1 year and 2 months, she should be contacting me.
Okay.
If she went for her interview and they said, you're denied, this is not a real marriage, we're going to schedule you for another interview, that interview is going to be for deportation, she should be coming to see me. Either way, she needs to be coming to see me. At some point, after 1 year, 2 months, they don't believe it's a real marriage and you haven't heard from immigration.
You talking to me?
I'm talking to you, yeah.
Can you put my picture up on the screen?
No, I'm talking to Anna.
That's what I'm saying.
I said Anna.
If you were talking to me, you're looking at me, but you're talking to Anna. So if you're talking to me, then my picture should be up on the screen.
Okay. Give me back Anna. I'm not talking to Squeeze.
Okay.
Anna,
all right.
Let me explain something to you, okay? If it's been 1 year and 2 months, Anna, and I know you're just asking the question. You're just the messenger, Anna. But could you please send the message off?
Here.
Okay? You're just the messenger. But if it's been 1 year and 2 months and you've been denied and you're sitting around, what are you waiting for? Go get a good lawyer at this point. At what point is it going to pop in your head saying, what should I do? And the answer should be, go get a lawyer. Either way, no matter which way you flip things, you need a lawyer.
Okay.
They should call you. They should go visit you then. That's the answer.
What, exactly. Exactly.
All right.
Yatis Velez, does anyone know why the doctor, 40 years old, is getting deported with a green card? Are all green card holders getting deported now? I'm confused.
No, not all green card holders are getting deported. 99.9% of the green card holders get to live here for the rest of their life. There is no law changes. All Trump is doing is green card holders have outstanding orders of deportation that they've been deported years ago and they've never been forced to leave. They're now go knocking on their doors doing this, which is why you see like these activists that we had on, Jean Monteville.
Yeah.
He had a green card. He was ordered deported 20 years ago. The government just allowed him to live here for these 20 years. He had a family, a business and everything, and now 20 years later they just come knock on his door and deport him. That's what's going on now. People with outstanding orders of deportation where the government never enforced their deportation, they're now enforcing deportation based on offenses that happened 30 years in the past.
What about people who have convictions that are deportable offenses?
Well, if you travel, you're going to be stopped at the airport. If you go to renew your green card, you're going to be stopped.
But what if you're not doing any of the above? Will they come knocking at your door because you have deportable offenses?
Anything is possible, but if you have a deportable offense, you have a right to fight it out at a deportation hearing. Right. So if you get caught. So, you know, there's a big difference between they're knocking on your door and you're on a plane home before you know it versus I am a deportable alien versus I have been deported. Those are two different things.
But it is possible for ICE to look into the system, see that you have a deportable offense,
absolutely,
and come look for you.
Sure.
Okay. Just wanted to clear that up.
Crystal Smith. Hey, Brad. So I called the immigration this morning and they said they have passed out a receipt date.
Can you just talk closer to your microphone, please, because you're breaking in and out.
Hey, Brad. So I called the immigration this morning and they said that they have passed our receipt date, which was April. Now they're in May. How come? Now they said May. How come we didn't get a notice? It has to do with DACA.
Because they have probably slowed down DACA to a crawl. Trump doesn't like DACA. He has instructed immigration not to do anything on DACA. These things are in the court system. We're actually going to have Rebecca on in about 2 or 3 minutes to give us an update on everything that's going on with DACA, so stay tuned.
Patagi Fagan, how can I get a private consultation with Brad?
1-800-529-5465, or you can send us a private message on Facebook with your telephone number and we'll call you.
Queen of my castle, if you get a disability check, can you file for your wife in Jamaica?
Yes. We had that question earlier, but it depends on, you know, how much income you have. You may need a second affidavit of support.
Kimberly Campbell, if your spouse dies before signing papers for immigration, can you still apply for a green card and get it?
Yeah, it's called the widow petition. The answer is yes.
Mary Levy, good afternoon. How long after coming here on a green card can I file for my spouse and my son?
The next day.
Tanisha Sutherland, my mother filed for me and my sister 4 years ago, but now she just got her citizenship recently. How long is it before we receive our green card?
When the mother filed for her 10 years ago, you said?
Yes.
I assume she's...
4 years ago.
4 years ago, and now she's a citizen. So that means she filed in 2013 or 2004. You're about another 2 or 3 years to go.
She asked another question. If I put my child's paperwork one day before he reached 21, will he still get his green card?
The mother filed, no, he's going to be off the case.
Alame Bakar, my friend was married in 2013 and his application was ultimately denied after his wife admitted that they were in a business marriage during their second interview. He's now married to another woman who has a child. They talked to me ago, but
he's going to be denied. If the first wife said business marriage, that bars you for life from ever getting a green card. You can never get a green card once it is determined that you are in a business marriage. So the only thing you can do is now on the second marriage, if in fact this is the truth, is say, wife number one's a liar. It was not a business marriage. She was trying to hurt me, and let me submit proof to show it was not a business marriage. It's very hard to overcome with immigration. Once you get accused of a business marriage, you're in a lot of doo-doo.
A lot of doo-doo. A lot of napkins.
Kanoi?
Yes.
Kanoi British. If I filed my I-130 on December 22nd last year, how long is it going to take to get back receipts?
You should have gotten a receipt already. It's been about a month. So if you don't get a receipt in another week or two, make sure your check or money order that you paid got cashed, and then you know you're okay. But I would start checking to see if the filing fee got cashed by immigration.
Dawn Bennett, is it best to work with an attorney when applying for a waiver, or can I complete it myself?
I know very few people who have ever gotten a waiver approved without a lawyer. Probably actually I only know one. And it was only because they had such a sad story that you had to be really, really, really ridiculously incompetent not to get it approved because the petitioner was dying of cancer. God forbid that's happening, but you need a good lawyer generally. Not generally, almost always.
Okay. 1-800-LAWLINK.
That is
Queen
a telephone
Bee
number for a good lawyer, yes.
Queen Bee Spence, if you get your social, can you travel if you apply for advanced parole? And can you come back to the United States?
You can travel if you have advanced parole. You can't travel on a social security number, but you can travel on advanced parole. What I'd like you to do, Anna, is hang in here 1 minute. I want to be joined hopefully by Rebecca, because there's a lot of people with questions about DACA. You can hang in and listen too, because you should know about this as well, even though you're an American citizen, but I'm sure you have a lot of friends and family who may have these questions. Can we find Rebecca, who is in our social media room? She's one of our attorneys here. And let's see if we can...
Could we bring up the 4 screens?
We can. That's what I was hoping to do. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. We're all going to be very surprised right now. And Rebecca is going to be talking about what's going on with DACA. There you are. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
And the courts in California, they just came out with a ruling saying that DACA can be renewed and go forward while Congress is working all of this out. So what does this court decision mean? What does this court decision mean?
So DACA is back, but not better than ever. It's very restricted. Not better than ever. It's very restricted.
It's better than having no DACA, but it's
better than we thought it was going to be going forward, at least in the meantime. It may still be overturned, but in the meantime, USCIS has announced that it is accepting DACA renewal applications. So if your DACA is 5 months, maybe going on 6 months away from expiry, it's a good idea to get it in now.
So if you can file for the renewal of your DACA, how much earlier before the expiration?
So officially 5 months. If you send it in more than that, there are times when immigration will accept it, but it'll cut off possibly part of your DACA period or your remaining DACA period. But anyway, if it was going to expire and you're not going to get renewed, at least better to have it extended. So
your advice would be, no matter who the DACA recipient is, they should be filing for the renewal now.
If it's going to expire within the next 6 months.
Within the next 6 months, you should be filing right now. And what about people who had their DACAs expire over a year ago? Are they allowed to do anything?
So, if it was expired for more than a year on the date that the decision was announced to end DACA in September, so on September 5th, 2017, if your DACA was already expired for a year, you can apply, but it will be considered a whole new application. If it was expired for less than a year, meaning if it expired after September 5th, 2016, so in that past year prior to the most recent announcement, then you can renew it as if it's a normal renewal.
But if it's a new application, they're not accepting new applications. So for all intents and purposes, you could only renew your DACA if it expired at some point after, what was the date? September 15th, 2016.
After September 5th, 2016.
So if your DACA expired before September 5th, 2016, you are SOL, which stands for statute of limitations, but also stands for something else as well. If it's after September,
I don't know what that means.
Right? If it's after September,
naive.
if it's after September 5th, you should be renewing it now, as long as it has expired or will expire within 6 months.
Yeah, the great thing, this is great for a number of reasons. It hopefully means a lot of people who are going to start falling out of status as of March will be able to renew their DACA for another couple of years. And it means that all of those people who we thought were, as you say, SOL, as of September, who had we had so many people coming and saying, well, it expired a couple months ago. can I still renew it? Now I'm really nervous.
Right. You should.
They were nervous before it expired.
Right. But you should do it now because
now they're nervous.
Everyone goes, I'm scared to do it because then they'll know about me. Well, guess what? They already know about you. So what's the difference? Go do it.
They already know about
They already know about you. So go do it.
They know you're still here.
That's
no one
right.
thinks that you left.
No one thinks you left.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So do we have any recent clients who have done this? What's happened with them?
So I have a couple of clients who are affected by this, actually. One was someone who came in. We're doing another petition for him, but his DACA had expired, I think, sometime in the summer. It expired like in June, July, and he hadn't renewed it. And he came in, in September, and it wasn't possible at that time because they weren't accepting expired renewals. So we're going to be able to extend his DACA. So, he'll at least have that work authorization until his other petition is hopefully approved. And another client is a waiver client who she's probably not going to be able to get a travel document. We were hoping originally to do advanced parole for her on DACA, but that's not being approved. That's definitely off the table.
No more advanced parole. Doesn't matter. Right.
But at least until her 601A provisional waiver is approved, she wants work authorization. Right. So that will also be extremely helpful.
So all the DACA people who entered without inspection, we had a call this morning. The guy's like, I'm on DACA. I don't know what to do. I've been married for a year and a half. I entered without inspection as a kid. I'm like, I want 30 provisional waiver. What are you waiting for? You know? So bottom line is this. If your DACA expired after September 15, 2016, file for the renewal now while the going's good. If your DACA is going to expire within 6 months or less, file while the going's good. Right?
Yeah. And fast, because this is going to go up to higher court.
Right.
And we know what happens there.
Operative word there is file.
File. 1-800-529-5465. Thank you very much for the update. Rebecca Lenetsky.
Thanks,
with
Rebecca.
The update on DACA squeeze. We have to squeeze in USA Credit Repair.
Oh.
You want to tell us about this fabulous company?
You know what's synonymous with USA Credit Repair?
Repairing your credit.
Squeeze.
Squeeze.
You got to squeeze
I didn't
in.
realize the time. I'm just looking at the time.
It's always being squeezed in.
Yes.
But hey, who's complaining? 1-800-529-5465. If people only know the personalities within these two guys in this room, it's just blow your mind. Be a whole different show.
Yes.
But anyway, when I get off the airwaves, I am going to check in with Jared and Zenmar to ensure that every single person that calls this number now gets a 100% free consultation on their credit. And also a free copy of your credit report. No cost to you. Just call 1-800-872-7177. We've been saying it for years now. If your credit score is under 700, I say under 720, you actually should be calling the #1 credit repair agency on the Northeast corridor of the United States, USACreditRepairInc.com. Call them at 1-800-872-7177 for a free consultation. What do you got to lose? Except your bad credit. Call them at 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-USA-7177. Call him today. And not only that, I will be speaking, Brad, with every single one of those individuals when I get off the airwaves.
Sounds very good, Squeeze.
It's not like I don't have anything else to do.
You got nothing else to do, Squeeze.
Yeah, right.
So you should be talking to everybody.
I will be speaking with everyone.
Yes. All right. So we got about a minute to go. You want to just quickly, let's take Pamela from Brooklyn, who's been waiting for 30 minutes. Pamela, quickly.
Hi.
Hi, Pamela. How do you listen to the show? How do you get your question in?
I listen to it on Facebook, and I called in now. I listen mostly on Facebook.
Thank you very much, Pamela.
Okay. Bam, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I want to thank you guys so much for your program, what you've been doing. You've been doing a good job, and I want to encourage your listeners to share and tell information because that's how.
Very good. Now, Pamela, I don't mean to rush you, but I got to rush you because we got about a minute.
What's your question?
What's your question? What happened to Pamela? Are you kidding me?
I guess you just want to make a comment.
Pamela. Pamela.
Hello?
Yes, quickly. You got about a minute.
Yeah, my friend called in last week and was telling you about the, I went for the interview and you told us to go because my lawyer that I had told me not to go. And I called in and you told me to go. I went to the interview. It was excellent. You saved me $4,000 and the interview went very well. Thank you so much for your information. And it's the lawyer that I had didn't want me to go, but thank you so much for telling me, and it's the best thing I did when I went.
Pam, All I can tell you is, if everyone listened to me, the world would be a great place.
Just
Thank you
struck
very
some
much.
serious ego there.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very
But
much.
rightfully so, he's good at that.
Anyways, we're out of
Yeah.
time, and I appreciate you calling in. I remember your call because you said your spouse left, and there was a vow, ended up being a VAWA case, and I said, go on the interview. Go on the interview.
Yes.
All right,
and the
congratulations.
interviewer told me the best thing I did was came, or else I'd get a deportation letter.
Yep.
Thank you so much. So you saved me from getting that. So he told me that I'm saving money. I don't have to file the I-485 again.
That's correct.
Everything you told me was excellent. Oh my God, I love this program. I thank you so much. You helped me out. Thank you so much. And you'll definitely be hearing from me soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam.
Thanks a lot, Pam.
With that, we got to get out of here because we're going to be choked in time.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Thank you. Have a blessed week.
Have a blessed one, Pam.
Thank you very much. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye. All righty.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.